Da, 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 da. Ow! Boom! Welcome back to Fight Heads MMA. Y'all know what it is. It's me, Miss Nikki. I'm here with the home team, my dude forever. We go back like spinal cords and car seats. We is in this piece tonight.
We go back before this journey even started, Nikki.
Man, stop playing. Tonight, we are going to be talking about part 2 with this young man and the championship fight for that bare knuckle fighting championship belt. We're going to find out if one belt or two belts is on the line for this skirmish with him and Mr. Johnny Bedford. Welcome, Reggie, Mr. Educated Hands, Easy Barnett Jr. Welcome, baby.
Thank you, Miss Nikki. It's good seeing you. It's been a while. It's crazy because you moved back to the state, and now I talked to you more when you was all the way wherever. Where was you at? In Ohio, Atlanta,
Iowa.
Georgia,
I was in
Iowa. There you go. I
didn't
even know where you were. Where's Iowa on the map? Let me stop. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. I know where Iowa is. So, but no, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm blessed, baby. So you know what it is. I just want to jump right into it because I could imagine that you've been asked every question under the sun related to this upcoming fight, August 20th, with you and Mr. Brutal Johnny Bedford, part 2. Damn. What's gonna be different? What's gonna be different? That's what I want to know. What's gonna be different?
Well, the biggest thing is I'm not the smaller man anymore. I mean, height wise, yeah, but other than that, as far as size, I'm not the smaller man anymore. I think that was one of the major factors in the last fight. Is that I mean, there was a visible size difference between me and Johnny.
Right.
I think I put that and I let that get in my head a little bit, and then plus, all the mind games and the back and forth, I kind of fed into it in this fight. But really, me and Johnny have a level of respect established for each other. You can't fight a man and not have some kind of level of respect established for each other. So there hasn't really been too much trash talk or this and that going back and forth like the last fight. But I'm a different fighter. I'm a different person. I have grown. I have matured in and outside of the ring, squared circle, cage, whatever you want to call it. So I'm looking forward to going out there and displaying that growth.
Absolutely, young man. Absolutely. So less all the hubbub that you might have had going into the first fight with him. Does that feel good to not have that extra added excess baggage, so to say?
Well, I mean, even if we did, it wouldn't matter. Like I previously stated before, my only emotion for this fight is focus. I do believe in my heart that my purpose wasn't in line with what God had planned for me too, also in that fight. So I do know what my mission is, what my purpose is. Everybody's talking about the main event. Everybody's talking about the belts. But for me, it's not that. It's still using, it's, I was supposed to use my platform to protect the Most High. And I forgot that. I forgot where I came from, why I was raised up to this position, and given these opportunities. But now I know it's in the forefront of my sight. And as long as I keep it locked in and focused on that and my game plan going into the fight, I feel like this time there's no way that Johnny can beat
me. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Good Lord. So you guys are going to be the main event on the card. Is it one belt? What belt exactly is on the line between you and Johnny this time?
Well, I know they're putting up the BKFC 135-pound title belt because it's vacant now. And I spoke with Scott Burt at BKFC 19. There's a little bit of, there's 3 belts out there, but real, in all honesty, like I said, I'm not really wrapped up in the whole title thing. That's what I was a little too much. I'll put it this way: when I was an amateur, I had like this thing where I was chasing titles, and that was, and I came up short because, like I said, my focus and my purpose wasn't where it should be. Winning a belt, being a world champion is absolutely great. But at the same time, it's going out there and showing that you can redeem yourself after you fall short. That if you're willing to work hard enough, if you're willing to dedicate yourself, if you're willing to sacrifice, go back and fix and learn from your mistakes, so that you can overcome whatever obstacle is in your way. Mine just happens to be another man that wants to hurt me, and I'm cool with that. I'm going to go out there and hurt him.
If some people, I don't know if you've even gotten this type of energy, but for some people it might be because you know the lack of spitball fire, like the first time, you know what I'm saying? Y'all kind of was going back and forth and it was a whole hubbub. You guys are both quiet now. You guys are both have a certain level of respect for each other. um for people that might think that you don't have the same fire as the first time going into the fight, do you really want the belt as much as you did that first time? Do you really want that belt as much the second time? What do you say to that?
I want my W back. End of story. I'm going to go out there and show the world that he wasn't meant to beat me in the first place. And if I would have controlled myself emotionally, if I would have controlled myself, I guess, mentally, then there was no way he could beat me. The only rounds he won were the ones that he knocked me down. Other than that, I was beating him up. Everybody acts like he completely whitewashed me in that fight. No, he only won the rounds that I got knocked down. And I lost my cool after that second knockdown. Everybody knows it. Go back and look at the tape. I got up from that second knockdown, seeing red, and everything we worked on, all the training, all the 8 weeks of hard work went completely out the window, and I went out there and fought Johnny's fight. It does not matter whether, even if I get knocked down again, I'm going to get up and I'm going to continue to fight my fight because I know he cannot beat me if I fight my fight. I'm not playing his game. It's not, and I have something for him. I can be beat. He can be beat. It's been proven. So I'm going to go out there and show that I was always meant to be the better man. No disrespect to Johnny, but I'm secure in my path and where the direction that I'm going and where it's going to lead me to. And when I raise that belt above, I'm going to look up to the Most High and thank him for allowing me a second opportunity to go out there. And like I said, my whole life, Nikki, everything. It's been about redemption. And so it's okay. I'm not dwelling in the one loss that I have on my record. I'm not dwelling on coming up short in the last fight. It's a chance to go out there and prove to myself what I knew all along and what I've been doing all my life. My worst fight, the person who beat me up the most in life, was my own self. And I still managed to pick myself up off the ground. And it wasn't just me. Like I said, I had people around me that were there for me to support me. And God gave me so many opportunities. He kept me alive a few times when I probably should have been dead. So, what's up, Anthony? Thanks for tuning in, homie. I appreciate you jumping on with us. Thanks, bro. I always appreciate your support, Tiger. I really, really do.
Anthony Cruz in the house. Yes. So, it ain't really too much for us to talk about going into this fight. I think everybody knows what to expect.
It's going to be a war, and I'm okay with that. But it's going to be a smart, calculated war. I had an opportunity to speak with one of my, I guess, mentors in the bare knuckle game, who's been doing this a lot longer than any of us have. And he gave me some really good knowledge. He gave me some really good things to work on, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to execute those things. Everybody knows that I prepare myself. Everybody knows the work I put in to prepare for the fight. I'm one of the most prepared fighters in this entire sport. But this fight isn't really about preparation. This fight is about execution. And I'm going to go out there and execute.
Absolutely. So you're not setting these expectations of anybody else but yourself this time.
Nope. No. I have no expectations from anybody. I'm not worried about the whole main event thing. I'm going to go have fun. See, come on, Nikki, I've been so low down. This is fun. This ride, this roller coaster, the highs, the lows, the ups and downs, the drama, the BS, whatever, compared to ducking bullets and sleeping on a hard ass mat and standing in line to take a shower or take a piss. Shoot, I'm cool with it. I come so far from that I'm enjoying this ride for what it is, and I'm going to continue to go out there and perform to the best of my ability. And I know that if I do that, I'm going to have my hand raised.
What's the fight colors for this camp?
Purple, black, and platinum.
Okay, purple, black, and platinum. There we go. Bang, bang, bang. Shots fired with nice colors. So let's talk a little bit about your co-trainer, Mr. Brandon, the janitor Pennington.
Okay,
So
we talking about Brandon.
how has life and things been between you and him since he has gotten the call that he's going to be stepping up very soon to bare knuckle? How's things been between you guys in the gym and just mentally, because now you guys are.
It sucks.
Why?
Because the thing about it, and not a lot of people know, there was a point in time where me and Brandon were fighting side by side every other month, and we were unstoppable for like 5 years. And it was because I had that person in the gym that was grinding for a goal, training right beside me, pushing to accomplish his goals. And when we're doing that, it absolutely sucks because it's like we're in constant competition with each other to push each other to be better. I don't say it. I don't mean it sucks as in it means like, oh man. I mean it sucks because we know that when we show up to train together, it's gonna be it's serious. We're in there going hard. We're pushing each other. There is no quit because we both know that this is what we're looking forward to. This is our what's up, Susan? This is our livelihood. This is his dream, my dream. Now we're sharing. When Brandon first came and told me that he wanted to do bare knuckle, I was excited because I know the work we put in when we're back to back. They call us the 7x7 OG Bass Brothers for a reason. When you got both of us preparing to kick some ass, we're gonna get in there and bash some shit up.
If
and
if I
so,
was if I was to ask Brandon right now what he's enjoying most about watching you go through this camp for the second time, what do you think his answer would be?
making me do more. It's almost like a competition, and not like in a sense of we're trying to outdo each other, but it's a competition to where we are pushing each other to be the best versions of ourselves. And if I'm over here doing this workout and Brandon's a little gas, I'm like, come on, push, and he's like, oh, I pushed, so now you got to do some more. Or if I'm doing something and I was like, oh, he's like, no. I'm like, I pushed, so now you got to do some more. And it's like, well, forget it. Come on, we both gonna do some more. We both gonna go harder. We both gonna run that extra mile. So and we have that creed, champions do one more. Well, champions do two or three more now.
That's right. I know that is right.
and it
Jeez.
feels, as much as it's hard work some days, at the end of it when we're done training, or we leave the gym and we just have our little brotherly chats and whatever, we both feel so much better about our station in life in the direction that we're in.
That's absolutely fabulous because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, we don't get to hear y'all say that about each other as far as fighters and those little types of moments that you guys get to have with each other. So let's talk about it. 19. What in
Oh my
the
gosh. Oh man. So much drama. I don't even know where to start at. I just don't. It was just absolutely, crazy. The atmosphere was electric, absolutely electric. We freaking, man. I don't. Where you want to start, Nikki? You got to ask the questions because really, there's so much to tell. I don't even know where to start at.
First of all, I want to know what was going on with you and the WWE people. What was that situation?
So pretty much all of us fighters, we chill together, we hang out together.
Right.
The table that was next to us, there were people sitting there initially when we got there, and they got up and left. And like maybe 40 minutes went by, so I got a couple of the other fighters. Hank got a couple of other fighters. We all just we clicked together, and so we all sat down at the table and we're watching the fights or whatever. And some big, bulky, muscular guy comes up and he's like, "Yo, this is our table. You need to move." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh, we've been looking for this table for 204, right? Or whatever 24, whatever the hell the number. Oh, it's number 4. That's right. You need to move. And I'm like, yo, bro, that's not how you talk to people. And then the female that he was with, I guess she was a little inebriated. And she was feeling herself a little bit. She elbowed me in the face.
What?
She's like, no, no, move, move. And I was like, and look, I will never put my hands on a woman, but at the same time, you're not gonna assault my person.
Right.
So I kind of gently, pushed her up off of my personal space, and he bucked at me like he wanted to fight. And I will be honest, at that moment, all the emotion and whatever, I lost my cool for a second. And I was ready to give him these hands. Like, I was going to straight up give him the business with no regard. Like, I lost my cool, and I wasn't even thinking about who I am, what I am, being a professional fighter. I didn't know this man from Adam and Eve. But come to find out that they were clearing the way for Big Show to come in, because that was supposed to be his table.
Okay.
Well, we didn't know that. I mean, the table sat open for almost an hour, and nobody came and sat down. So and the people who were initially sitting because there were people sitting at the table before, they just got up and left. So we like, well, maybe they watched whatever fight they wanted to watch and they gone.
Right.
So like I said, we're fighters. We support each other. We love each other. So we kind of clicked together. And then the dude came over, that interaction transpired. And when he bucked at me, I was like, yo, bro, I will beat your ass. Do you not know who I am? And he's like, I don't give a fuck who you are, blah, blah, blah. And I went and I grabbed my belt, and I was like, bro, I will beat your ass with this belt like you are my child. And thank goodness that.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And thank goodness, I have sponsors, I have supporters, and I got real homies, ride or die homies down in Florida. So, and they were with me. So when it first happened, they was ready to take off. Like, I don't have to fight nobody if I don't want to when I'm not inside the square circle. I don't, and honestly, I don't want to fight anybody outside of the square circle. I generally am a very humble person, a very respectful person. That's not me anymore. We know that from the time that I was probably about 15 to the time I was 26. I lived with like no regard for anybody else, and I didn't care. And if that person, he would have ran into that person, there wouldn't have even been a conversation. As soon as he bucked at me, I'd have fired off. That's the old Reggie, though, and I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't aspire to be that person. But at the same time, you're not going to disrespect me just because you feel like you got muscles and shit and you want to flex, or you see a little dude sitting there and you want to flex at him or whatever. Not knowing that in all actuality, I would rip your fucking throat out and make you eat your own Adam's apple. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I get a little. But because then, like I say, in the ring, there are rules that I have to abide by. There is a guideline, a set guideline of rules or whatever. But this fighting of mine was bred out of the streets, out of being an enforcer and just going and getting people because that's what they told me to do. Right. And like I said, I'm not that person no more. But you're not just gonna buck at me just because you feel like you can flex. And I lost my cool, but we defused the situation. Shout out to my sponsor Warren at Damware. He pulled me out of it. We walked away. We cooled down a little bit, and we took a breather. He let me vent a little bit. I'm a human being, just like everybody else. Absolutely. And then after everything kind of died down, I went back over. And when I walked over there, Big Show called me over.
See?
He called me over, and he was like, and a lot of people, and I said it before, he is, and this isn't me wailing, this isn't me kissing ass, he is legitly my favorite wrestler of all time. Ask my mom. When me and my little brother were into WWE, when we watched wrestling as kids, anytime the Big Show was competing, like that whole thing between him and his brother Kane, you know what I'm saying? Like I was there, you know what I'm saying? I had me one of those those foldable big, you know what I'm talking about? Like little half life size dolls. I had one of the Big Show. You know what I'm saying? And I used to like power bomb them and body slam them and stuff like that. In real life, could I ever do that to Big Show? No, he could just grab my little ass by my throat and be like, "Yo, calm down, little dude."
Right.
But he called me over. He knew who I was, and I told him how much of a fan of his that I was, and he said, "Nah, man, what you do is, and he showed respect for what I do, and we had a moment together. We took a picture. And
Okay.
the guy that bucked at me initially, he was sitting at the end of the table. He saw this whole interaction, and I felt in my heart that I needed to apologize to that man.
Oh
God
wow.
put it in my heart that I needed to apologize. So I went down there and I apologized to him. And I said, I apologize for coming at you like that. I'm sorry that we were all congregated at your table, but sometimes it's not what you say to somebody, it's how you say it. You came up straight up flexing. And maybe it's because you were with the big show and you felt like you had some clout and whatnot, but that's not how I don't even do that to people. And I walk in circles sometimes with real, dudes that, I mean, I'm around fighters most of the time that can really put in some work. And then I'm around other people who just, it's just, but at the same time, I apologized to him. I told him, you didn't have to come at me so aggressive. All you had to do was ask us to move. And I would have happily got up and moved. It wasn't a big deal. My
Yeah.
table was right behind me. I had another table on the other side of the arena, and then I had another table in the back of the arena, so I could sit wherever I want. And I had friends and fans and homies from Florida there, so I could have just went and sat with them. It wasn't an issue of where you sit or whatever. It's a matter of
Right.
respect, and he didn't come up and show any respect or regard to any of us. It wasn't even just a matter of me. He was disrespectful to all of us. And then when that lady put her hands on me, it sent me into that mode. But I apologized to him. I let him know that our interaction could have been a little different. And um, and then the lady that was sitting with him, she tried to get lippy again. So I had to tell her, be quiet for a second. There are grown men talking right now. Let me finish, you know, apologizing, being a stand up guy. But for real, she was drunk and she started to run her mouth. I'm like, look, yo, there are grown men talking. And we
Wow.
spoke our piece. We dapped it up. We hugged it out a little bit, and I went about my business. And that was the end of it. And I'm glad that it turned out like that. I don't want to fight anybody outside the square circle. And I'm for the fans. That's what I told them. I'm the people's champ. I'm here for y'all. I put my life on the line for y'all, for my family, for the fans, and for my supporters. So I'm not trying to
Right.
get no fisticuffs with somebody outside of the square circle, especially if I'm not getting paid for
Absolutely.
that. Forget it. I'm also a prize fighter. So, and the prize of knowing that I knocked somebody out who is nowhere near on my level is just that doesn't mean anything. Now, that doesn't. You don't get a pat on the back for that.
Well,
But we diffused it.
I'm glad that the situation got turned around and that you guys really found out who you were to each other, how much y'all meant to each other as fighters, instead of waiting until somebody's gone and then having to say it then. But y'all got to meet and talk and spend time with each other, be in each other's space. That's a wonderful, absolutely wonderful thing, especially coming from two different genres, two different time
I
periods
think
too.
I think he was a pro. It had nothing to do with the big show, because he hadn't even came to the table yet. Like somebody said, he was standing behind watching the whole altercation take place. Like I didn't even see Big Show the whole. I walked
See?
past him. I walked past him when when Warren shoved me out of the situation, and I was seeing red so much at that moment in time that I didn't even and I had to. And I honestly think it was God giving me a pretest to the fight I have coming. Like, are you
That's
still in
what's
that emotional state, right? But I reeled it back in that quick.
that's
That's
what's
how I
up.
know I've grown as a person, and I did the right thing, right? Because that man would have never, ever, ever got up and came over and apologized to me. I know it for a fact. He would have sat there, being salty all the rest of the night.
I know people like that too. I know
Yeah,
people like
right.
that too. So I
I
get it.
wasn't. I didn't want his night to be ruined. I didn't want
Yeah,
my night to be ruined. I didn't want the fans and the spectators that were around us when that altercation took place. I didn't want them to still have to carry that negative energy with the rest of the night. So I did what I felt God put in my heart to do, and and I think the dude was a pro wrestler. I didn't even get his name, but by the looks of him, the size of him, the flex that he put on me, I think he was. I don't know. I really don't. At this point, it's irrelevant, but still. So anybody out there who's listening or whatever, sometimes it's not what you say to somebody, it's how you say it. It's not what the situation entails, it's how you approach it that can dictate the outcome of it.
absolutely. Absolutely. 100%, 1000% right about that. I agree with you
Because
1000%.
if the shoe was on the other foot, me, right, like let me be him and him be me. I'd have walked up like, hey guys, I think this is our table. We've been looking for it for a little while, and we got a couple other well-named professional athletes coming in. This is their sitting spot. Do you mind getting up, please? If he'd have said that,
Not gone in a flash.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
Right.
All right, bro. No worries.
Right.
But don't come. Oh, this is my table. You need to move. I've been looking for 20 minutes. Get up. That's not. But it is what it is. It's water under the bridge. It was a learning experience, I think, for all of us. I hope it was for him. He can take some of that and moving forward with his interactions with other people, especially when you don't know who somebody is.
Right. And something like a melee breaking out between those two camps, y'all would have
Oh,
tore that whole event center down. I
no,
already
no, yeah,
know.
we'd have tore the whole event center down. The only person who would have stopped it
So
probably was Big Show plucking people out the way. That was the only way that I was going to get stopped. But
not plucking y'all like chicken feathers.
yeah, pretty much. Look, Big Show didn't even have to get up to take a picture with me. He sat
That's how
down.
big it
No,
is.
that's how big he is. He didn't even have to
Oh
get.
my
He was the same height as me sitting down. That's crazy. And for me, I was starstruck. The first time I ever got to meet somebody I grew up. I won't say idolizing because I don't really, I don't believe in idols.
He's probably one of the most
But
one of the more
admiring,
well-known
my
wrestlers.
admiring, it's somebody that I admired.
I'm
And
glad you
so
got to have that moment.
it meant the world to me, especially when he called me over.
Look at her, dude, y'all. Look at her. He's still in disbelief. He don't know what to think still right now, y'all. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you got to have that moment with him. That's awesome. Yo, hopefully he'll be at your fight when you and Johnny fight coming August 20th.
Hey, that would be cool, but it don't matter who's at the fight. That it could be an empty arena, and I'm still going to work. That's my mentality.
So tell me,
When I step in that square circle, the arena to me is empty, and the only person I see is me and Johnny, and we have business to settle.
this is business for real. This is I think it's more captivating than even the first fight because of all
the
has happened.
drama,
Yes,
all
that has
everything that's happened
in
in between. It's like if you if you don't know the story, if you haven't seen everything that transpired, look, I put a little thing. Somebody asked me, they were like, "Oh, so who are you fighting next month?" And I put a little post on my Facebook. I said, "So basically, the guy that beat me up got beat up by the guy that doesn't want to get beat up by me, and so now we're fighting again."
Okay.
And that's what it is. So
That's and there are no other words to put that situation in. So there you
to
have
sum it up, right, without having to tell the longevity of the story, that's how I summed it up in a nutshell. And I said, if you want to find out more, check out the BKTV app. Go to my website, educatedhands.co. It's got the story up there, so you can be in the know about how everything transpired leading up to me and Johnny rematching. And even if the belt wasn't on the line, I still want my W back.
You sure you are not going to be over excited or over emotional about getting that W back going into the fight?
No. I'm not over emotional. I'm not over excited. I'm gonna go out there and take care of business.
Okay.
The way I know how and the way I was supposed to the first time. Because if you ask anybody, and I don't even care. I'm gonna leave that statement off this. We just gonna move on to the next part.
So, were you entertained by the TikTok fights on the last card? Were they entertaining for you?
I don't want to disrespect those guys because I will say, and if anybody who has never actually been in, I guess, essence of a combat sport, in there actually fighting anybody, all those people talking trash about them or whatever, it takes a lot of guts and a lot of heart to go out there and fight somebody, whether it's with gloves, whether it's bare knuckle, whether it's MMA, kickboxing, boxing, whatever. So I have to give them that respect. I told them, all of them, I said, you earn my respect. I have to give you, because in all honesty, I did not know what was going to happen. My worst fear out of that was that because of their inexperience, one of them was going to go out there and really, really hurt the other one to the point where they couldn't go back to their TikToking or their YouTubing, whatever. But everybody came out. They fought. Everybody came out with all their faculties, able to move forward with their lives. And so, I mean, it is what it is. I ain't the boss. I don't make those kind of decisions. As far as the fights, I can't remember. It was the second fight that to me was the most impressive. That those guys went to work. I guess they were both YouTubers.
Yes,
Nick
Ireland.
Nick Ireland, and who did he fight?
I forget what the kid's name is. Like,
yeah,
when they don't fight, I don't remember. I'm sorry.
That's so messed up. Anyways, I was really, that fight I was most impressed with. The first fight was, and I won't take anything away from those guys. They went in there and they did the best with what they had to work with. And then the other fight, what was the last fight? Cirulo versus Blueface?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a joke. I mean, come on now. You put somebody in there who's twice the size of somebody else, and neither one of them can really fight. And it showed. I'm not just, like I said, I'm not disrespecting them by any means possible, because it still takes, a little bit of cojones to get in there and do that, especially for the first time on a platform or a stage like that. So yeah, but the drama after the fight,
yeah, that was enough. So how do you think this person literally got past all of what I know is staff down there at the bottom of the ring and was able to even get that close to the young man in the ring and say what he was able to say and cause that commotion? Like, they almost tore down that event center. They almost tore it down.
I don't know if I want to be the one to put it out there. Has anybody else put the pieces to the puzzle together?
No, not that I know of. I mean,
I put the pieces to the puzzle together pretty quick. Pretty quick. And maybe it's because I've been in that life before and I understand it better than the people from the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
But they put him in a blue shirt on purpose to blend in with the rest of Blueface's people, who were all wearing blue because they're Crips, right? So he could get close enough to do that. Come on now.
I hadn't even given that any thought. Miss Nikki hadn't even given that any thought. Like, wow, damn.
Come on. I'm not. I've seen the old switcheroo trick a few different times in my life to know when it's happening, right? And then so me and Warren are standing outside, and we're like, "Yo, what did you attack Blueface for?" "Oh, because he's a bitch." And then he said something else afterwards. I can't say it because I'm not allowed to say it. Okay. But he said something else afterwards, and I knew instantly. Yep, that's exactly what happened.
So he was an implant, huh?
Damn right. He was waiting for that opportunity all night. All night. That's what he was waiting for. He's probably over there sweating bullets, and he knew he was going to go to jail. He knew it. Right? But he already knew that his homies was going to bail him out too, though. And he already knew that he was going to get clout and whatever reward they gave to him for doing it.
Oh, wow.
See, game recognized game. Real G's recognize real G's. And
I knew it had to be about some shenanigans. I just didn't know how far the shenanigans went or which direction I should have been expecting them to come from. But
and if you don't believe me, if you say I'm reaching, then you just really don't know. You don't freaking walk out there, in wearing a robe that says famous Crip on it, not, talking a whole bunch of trash and blah, 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 and not expect somebody to try to get at you. It's how you carry yourself.
So, what did you think about the main event on the card? What
man.
I have never seen your body energy changed. Like, I've never seen you do that, bruh. We go back. I've never seen you.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I mean, it was a good fight, but Rachel won that fight. Paige was a step behind again. And you would think after suffering that loss, and no disrespect to Paige Van Zandt, kind of being humiliated by Britain Hart, all kudos to Britain because I have continuously watched this young lady grow in and outside of that squared circle, and I will forever be a Britain Hart fan, and nobody can tell me otherwise. I don't care how you feel about it. 2 up, 2 down, VA stand up. This is where she originated from. I kicked the door open for her and several other fighters to get in that, and I don't want no kudos. I don't want no pat on the back. I just want to see her continue to grow and be better. But as far as Rachel and Paige was a step behind again.
Why do you think that is?
So for her, I don't know. That question I can't answer. I can't answer that question. That's between her team, and her herself to figure out. But going back, I went back and I watched the fight. She won the first round, lost the second round, kind of tried to, outbox her a little bit in the third round. And Rachel decided, oh, hell no, you is not taking this from me. And she went out there the fourth and fifth round and put it on her. Plain and simple.
What do you think? I mean, what happens next for her? And
but,
I have to say,
but storming out of the ring like that, after you're supposed to be a representative and one of the biggest pushed representatives of this sport, well, I felt like it was a slap in the face to the rest of us BKFC fighters who have had our shine stolen from us because of
it. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. Like, I'm absorbing this in this moment as it's happening.
Straight up, because I love Paige. I have the utmost respect for her. And even at the press conference, I told her, I said, you ain't going to steal my shine no more, Paige. And I was just joking around, and we had a good laugh about it. But even if you won or lost, or, you stand there and you accept whatever came to you as a person, and then you move forward. You don't just walk off.
Well,
and not especially if you're supposed to be the new face, the next big thing in this sport. Even if you lost,
right.
You hold your head up high. You take that shit on the chin like you did all those punches in that fight, and you keep it moving.
Right.
When I lost to Johnny, did I storm off out of that was the first time I ever fought for a world title, and I came up short. Did I storm off and boo? No. I took what came to me, and afterwards I got out of the ring. I went outside. I collected myself. I spoke with my coach, my father, and we devised a new game plan, and we started moving forward with my life and my career. But to just walk off, like I said,
she gave the world the double birdie too.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, she gave the world the double birdie, and I guess it's directed at her haters. I don't know, but
you know what? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even really matter, Nikki. One thing that I came to surmise is that in this life, you could be doing everything right.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything right. Crossing all your T's, dotting all your I's, curving all your S's, striking out all your X's. But it doesn't matter. There's going to be somebody who finds fault in who you are and what you're doing.
So how does she, I think the biggest question for me is, how does she rebound from this, and how does she get people to want to see her even fight out her contract at BKFC? Because she's got 2 more fights on that contract, right?
I believe so, but in all honesty, that's not for me to say. That's between her and Dave Feldman. I'm going to let her and the boss man sort that shit out.
And, damn. So that,
in all honesty,
brings heat.
All right.
To the women's division now that they got Rachel.
In all honesty, there's one or two things. Okay. One or two things. You take her off of BKFC and you put her on the total line card, and make her earn her way back, to being in BKFC, or you match her up against Jenny Savage. Jenny just lost. She just lost. There's your fight.
Mm, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I like that. I like Jenny and Paige.
Huh? So,
I
because
like that.
if you put her in there with Taylor Starling, if you put her in there with Christine Ferrer, you put her in there with Beck Rollins, you put her in there with um a couple of those other girls, she's gonna get the bricks beat off of her, or even worse.
That's what I said.
And
I
then
said they can't
everybody's like,
even.
oh, Rachel deserves Beck. Da 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 da. No, no.
Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put
Mm-mm.
that out there. She needs another fight under her belt to earn the shot at at Beck. That's just my opinion. But I don't write the script. I don't dance
Right.
along to nobody's tune, but I don't write the script at all. So we'll see how it plays out, Nikki. Uh, you know me, as always. I just want to see this industry and this sport continue to grow, and get bigger, well beyond when I'm done. So in 30 years from now, my son can be, a bare knuckle world champion, because that little boy, for some reason, is inherently violent as hell.
You do not
My,
want me to tell. You do not want me to tell the truth and shame the devil on this live podcast right now. But you have
I,
told the truth. He is inherently violent.
I came home from work and he kneecapped me with his little baseball bat.
Oh
And then when
Lord.
I fell on the ground, he bashed me in the head with it.
Oh Lord. He is doing gang activity without even having a gang. That's something you do when you run with
No.
a group of people.
Yeah,
Oh
right. Yeah, I've been
man.
there, done that. We graduated from fists to baseball bats to knives all the way to gats. So
Oh
and
Lord.
and I'm fighting and I'm working so hard that my son doesn't have to have any of those life experiences. That is my son or my daughter.
Absolutely.
That is ultimately the end goal, is to show them, one, that you can, as long as you're willing to work hard, dedicate yourself, and sacrifice the things that need to be sacrificed at that time and being, you can be anything in the world. Do I really want him to be a fighter? Hell no. This is a rough life.
Hmm.
I would rather him be an astronaut. I take him outside all the time at night, and we look at the stars and we look at the moon. But if that's the route he chooses to go in his life, of course, as a father, I'm going to support him to the fullest and make sure that he is the best at whatever he decides to do in life. And that's what we're supposed to do. That's how you raise, for me anyway. That's what my parents initially tried to do for me. And of course, I was hard headed. I had my struggles. I went through my things, but everything happened in life for a reason. It made me the fighter, the person, the man that I am today. And I will, reciprocate what my father did for me, and never giving up on me, even in the times where he probably damn right should have. But it is what it is. I'm grateful for my dad, as he said when we went to the BKFC Hall of Fame. He said, I had to keep stepping on that boy's neck until he got it right. And I'm grateful that he did keep stepping on my.
That's what we do, though. That's what we do. That's what we do. And I know you're going to do the same for your son and your daughter. So there's no doubt in my mind there. Is it true that Blueface got a 3-fight contract out of this?
I don't
Did you
know.
hear that?
I don't.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't really feed into the rumors, and I don't live in the comment section. Every now and then I
right.
jump on and I might, have a little fun, throw a little jeer out there, speak my piece or whatever. But I don't really, like I said, Nikki, haters gonna hate, lovers gonna love, fighters gonna fight, and bitches gonna be bitches. So
Ooh,
it is what it is,
ouch. We're gonna have so much smoke and drama at your fight. We're gonna need fans to get the smoke from in front of our face so we can see the fight. Because it's gonna be on and popping in that place down in Biloxi, Mississippi. I cannot wait. So, let me ask you, because it seemed like somebody had pushed out a promo for 21. What do you think about Shoemaker and Burns?
I heard they had like a little bit of beef or whatever, um behind the scenes. I saw a little bit of their interactions. Like I said, I wasn't really reading in too much because I have my own stuff going on. But hey, let them fight. Forget it. You know? I'm fine. Fuck it. They got, I can commend them to, right? Like if you go and sit here and talk smack back and forth, blah 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 blah, and they make the fight, then fight, right? Because we know there are some other people out there who like to run their mouth, but they don't like to put up when it's time to. You
Right,
know.
right.
So
So at least we
I
know with them
respect
two,
that.
they'll show up.
Yeah, they'll show up and they about that work. They really about this life. It's not just or this, right? Because I didn't. And if any of you idiots think that somebody came into this sport to be like a Conor McGregor or a Floyd Mayweather and make multi-millions of dollars off of fighting bare knuckle, you're a fool. You're an absolute fool. Do you know how long boxing has been around? Do you know how long it took the UFC to grow? I mean, we're talking 200, right? What's the next show? 260 something? I don't know. I don't keep count,
Yes,
right? How
yes.
long it took them to build up to that, to be able to have that revenue to give in that build or whatever. We're on show number 20. Come on now. I started when the game was early, but I'm not stupid. I prepared myself and I have used my platform so that way I'm making money while we sitting here talking. And I ain't even getting punched
Mhm.
in the face.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I
Right?
know that's
I'm
damn
not
right.
just, I'm not just, you know, some dumb brute who just goes in there and just, I got educated hands, but my mind is just as educated, and I know how to use it. And so I
So,
put myself in position to make sure that when I'm done fighting, I'll still be making money off of bare knuckle. And I ain't even got to get in there and get punched in the mouth. I ain't got to lose no more damn teeth. I can't wait till after this fight because I'm coming back with $1 million smile. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the shout out, dog. Because everybody haters gonna hate. Like I said, it's cool. This is my life, and I have to live it. I have to walk in the shoes. And I bet half the people out there talking trash about me and Johnny, and even other fighters, you couldn't walk a mile in our shoes. You couldn't live the lives that we live. You cannot be the men that we are.
wow, I can't believe anybody would want to give you and Johnny that type of smoke, knowing
Oh,
that
I see
y'all
it
been
all the time. I see
mm,
it all the
mm.
time, but I just laugh it off and I think, you know.
Disrespectful. Y'all don't. Boy, y'all better go back and watch some of both of those men's fights and see where y'all need to be on one knee, trying to shake a brother's hand, saying thank you,
No, I
appreciate
don't
it,
want
thank you.
anybody to bow to me. Nobody bow to
Yeah,
me. Get
whatever.
on your knees and bow before God and pray to Him that He helps you find your purpose and whatever else you want, in life, because that's what it's really for. And like I said, my purpose is different. That's what it's. I forgot, that I was spared. I was spared, and raised to this point in my life and given this platform, not just to promote myself or my fighting, but to promote the
Mhm.
Most High, and I'm going to keep doing it. No matter even if they tell me to shut up, Reggie, we tired of hearing about it. I don't care. I don't care.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. Dang, is there anything that was there any of the newbies that you really that you liked off this last card that you might be looking forward to see again? Maybe make another run at it.
I'm interested to see if Tony Soto gets a little better. I feel
Okay.
like that decision could have went any other way, but I really like his grit, his tenacity, his determination. I feel like he won that fight because he sucked it up and he started outworking his opponent. Even though he took couple more harder shots, he still was the busier man. He worked a
Okay.
little harder. The gentleman, the very first fight, who came back and got that knockout. I can't think of his name. Uh,
Nash.
yeah, yeah. I
Jordan
want to
Nash. Oh,
see.
you didn't see
Yeah,
my
yeah.
interview with him after that fight?
No, I didn't see it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
he.
back and watch it. Nikki, I've been focused. I've been
I
training.
know,
Um,
baby. I thought you
um.
might have just seen it scrolling down, just seeing
Oh,
the.
I saw the excerpt of it, but I didn't.
Okay,
I don't.
you been. I
I
know
don't
you've
know.
been.
My
I know what
time.
you've
My
been
time
doing,
is
brother.
no disrespect to anybody out there. I'd love and appreciate everything that everybody does in the
If
sport,
somebody
whatever.
got something
Time is
negative to say,
valuable
then
right now.
anybody that's in their training camp from Miss Nikki.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I don't really care. Like I said, we just brush it off because I learned that. Like I said, it doesn't matter. People gonna be people. Humans are humans, and some people just have evil in their heart. They don't know any better.
Have
I
you had
went
a
and
chance
did it.
to? Have you had a chance to have a moment or speak to Zion since he's been home?
I talked to him after the fight. I haven't spoken with him directly. I was
Okay.
trying to give them a chance to get all his medical stuff and whatnot taken care of. I was actually planning on you took kind of something that's on my to do list. I was gonna check on him and see how. Yes, definitely. You see me, Matt. Shout out to Healthy One Eat. Got me feeling great. Got me bigger. Me stronger. Oh,
Boom!
flexing on him. You know what I'm saying? So,
Them guns.
Matt,
Stop
thank
shooting
you.
at me.
Thank
Stop
you.
shooting at me, Reggie. Stop shooting at me with them guns.
I am no longer the weaker man.
Okay.
If I wanted to, I'd grab Johnny by his armpits and pick his ass up and raise him up. Like, yeah.
Oh Lord, not with the armpit action. Not with the armpit action.
I mean, that's not legal, though. I'm not going to do that. You know? And I'm not going to chop his ass either, just in case y'all are worried about that, because that was completely an accident.
I'm Jesus, take the wheel. Oh my goodness.
He already has it, yo. I'm sorry.
So you want to see Mr. Nash come back and see what he brings to the squared ring, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, because he got to
Definitely.
start. He got to start down there on the total line card, and
Yeah.
got to win over Mr. Damn Levant, yeah, and then yeah, you know what? That fight really, I thought they set the tone for the rest of the
They
card.
did. They did. They
I
set
thought
the
they
tone
did.
that there was going to be nothing but straight bangers all night, and that's exactly what it was.
Yes, absolutely, man. And I didn't know where to decide who I thought really won the fight. You know, I just had to fall out with whatever the judges decided because I just thought it was back and forth so closely, you know, and I couldn't give one more than I gave the other in that moment. So, you know, it was a great fight. Great night. I'm looking forward to this upcoming card with you. Is there anything that we didn't talk about? Anything you need to say? Any announcements you want to make for
Uh,
Educated
um,
University?
well, yeah, I was definitely going to do that. Hold on one second, Nikki. You aren't gone, are you?
Who, me?
Yeah. I
No.
know you probably can't see me, but there was something I needed to pull up.
Okay.
Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. I've been so focused right now.
You looking to enjoy the Silk Sonic after you finish fight, brother?
Oh no, 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 no. I ain't,
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go into
we
teaching.
heard you.
So I have a plan, something I plan on doing after and I've been working with my sponsors down in Miami. So we've been working on a little business proposal and some deals. So right now, like I said, the focus is the fight.
Okay.
But definitely, of course, check out my website, educatedhands.co, where all my sponsors are listed up there. They have discounts for all their services up there. Uh, and then I have my Educated Hands University. Look, y'all got me to take my hat off. I had to put it back on right quick so I didn't see. Hair was itching a little bit. We got my Educated Hands University, and I'm teaching, a little bit of boxing, a little bit of bare knuckle. I really enjoy teaching. That's
Mhm.
my second passion. So as I transition out of fighting later in my life, I'm gonna make, like I said, I got other ventures, so I'm gonna do that, and then I have some sponsors right down in Biloxi, so in Mississippi, that are definitely a part of the team. Look, there's my seafood Rob Doggett right there. Shout out to the JKD process, definitely. Um, Rob's up here chiming in, of course. He helped me build that website so that way I could. I have this old adage: I keep what I have. I keep what I have by giving it away. And I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like as I teach other people my craft, I get better at it
Mhm.
because it makes me focus a little bit more. It makes me a little sharper. It makes me hone my own weapon. So that's why we started the university. Uh, where's my water?
Right there.
Oh snap! Sorry. Look, I gotta stay hydrated. I've been training hard. I gotta stay hydrated.
Oh Lord, it looked like it's about your bedtime. We need to let
Nah,
you.
I still got another hour. So
Yeah, he getting the sleepy effects, y'all. That's what he getting. He done see a cup of water. He getting the sleepy effects, y'all. That's all good. That's all good. So,
hold on 1 second, Nikki. Don't go nowhere. I gotta
okay.
grab something. Don't go nowhere.
Oh, maybe he's about to show us something, y'all. What is he about to show us? Dun, dun, dun,
What is
dun,
the
dun,
name of the fucking place we're supposed to be having?
dun. We can still hear you.
Anyways, unprepared. Had to get some notes. It is what it is. She's gonna bring it to me. That's why I have an awesome, significant other who
That's
always
my girl,
has been.
Crystal. That's
See, a
my
lot of people don't
girl.
know too. My very first MMA fight, we drove 5 hours from Virginia Beach to Roanoke for me to get my ass kicked in 30 seconds.
Not
We've
the
been
30
riding this
second mark.
30 seconds, yo.
Not the 30
Bow,
second mark. Did you
But
fight
she,
on Elite Warrior Challenge? Or were you
huh?
fighting with Tyson? Who was you fighting
Yeah.
with up there?
No,
Elite
it
Warrior
wasn't. It was no. My very first MMA fight was Ruckus in the Cage. It doesn't even exist anymore.
Challenge? Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
fought Justin or Dustin Hickey. He was the state wrestling champ. It was 2008. He was the state wrestling champ, and I was the state boxing and Golden Glove champ. So they matched us together in a title fight. I punched him in the face twice, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm done with this." Shot on me, took me down, and I don't know. They was waking me up, and I was like, "Yo, what happened?" They're like, "Yo, the fight's over."
I know that's damn right. Not the
I just
very
want to
first
share that with
one.
y'all a little bit while she brings me my other notes. But yeah, definitely shout out to J and K Style Grill. If y'all haven't seen it, check my Instagram page _EAZ_E. Um, we went over there and I had my last cheat meal today. Their food is absolutely delicious. I had the healthiest thing I could have on the menu. So,
Which
um,
was?
oh, mine? I
Yeah.
had a black bean burger.
Okay.
So I had the Daniels burger. So, oh, okay. So here's my notes. So we're having a meet and greet down in Mississippi at Val's Bar and Grill on Thursday night after the weigh-ins.
Okay.
Um, and I'm not really sure what time. We aren't locked in because I know I have some BKFC obligations and I guess and then the sponsor I have down there is the Biloxi Pro Hockey Association. They reached out and they wanted to, join Team Easy and support and be a part of my journey. So, and not a lot of people know that I played roller hockey when I was a kid and was really, really good at it. If you go back and look at some of my videos, you can see me out there shredding it up on my rollerblades at a skate park with my daughter on one of her birthdays. I absolutely love
Okay.
rollerblading. Can I do it now? No. But when I tried ice skating, that was another story. So,
No
but
ice skates for
um,
head.
yeah. But I love hockey. That would be like my second choice between figure skating and hockey. Those would be my other two sports. If I did something else with my life, so they're supporting, and so I'm just looking forward to Biloxi. For me, is like my second hometown. Not a lot of people know that when I was, and I'm gonna share the story, and then I am getting off. So when I was 18 or 19, and when I was still out there in the life, not doing what I was supposed to do, I was trying to finish my plumbing apprenticeship. And I got in trouble again with the law. And they're like, oh, we'll come get you when we want to come get you. So I was like, well, forget it. I'm going to go down to Mississippi and finish my apprenticeship. And I'm going to come home like, booyah, I finished this. Don't lock, y'all can't lock me up now. I'm a certified plumber, trying to do the right thing the wrong way. And when I went down there, I came across this underground fight club. It was in a backyard of like this um big old like open woods field. The cage was like literally like a dog kennel kind of cage. And the guy I was with told them that, oh, this kid boxed Golden Gloves back in Virginia. You know, so they were like, "Oh, get in there, get in there," you know. And they suckered me into getting in this damn cage. And I was fighting this dude, and he headbutted me. And I didn't even know headbutts were legal. He headbutted me and instantly broke my nose. Instantly broke my nose. And I was like, "Oh, headbutts are legal? Whap, whap, whap." And I headbutted him out. You know, my whole face is bleeding. My eyes starting to turn black. I'm like, "Yo, let me out of this cage." And the guy yells, "If you win, you stay in." I ended up fighting 4 more times after that first fight. And the only reason why I got out is because the last guy I fought, I was just so beat up and just dragged out that I just didn't want to fight anymore.
Right.
That's the type of dog fight that is in me. That's why Johnny couldn't keep me down. Been there, done that. Back when bare knuckle wasn't a real legal thing. You know, I'm one of the few guys who really did some legit underground bare knuckle fighting before this whole thing was legal. So this is my sport and I enjoy it. So for me going to Mississippi anytime to fight bare knuckle is nostalgic. You know, it's fun for me and bringing back those memories, that euphoria of being, you know, in that you know almost scenario. So I'm super looking forward to it. You know, so we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be an awesome event, and not just tune in, y'all. Not just for my fight. If you can't make it, make sure you download that BKTV app. But for the whole card, you know, support us as fighters, support BKFC, because at the end of the day, like I said, we're out there putting it all on the line, even our very lives, for our dreams, our goals, our passions, and for the people who believe and support our journeys as individuals. And I leave you with that, Nikki, because I'm at like 29% on my phone.
It's all good, my friend. Tell them one more time where they can find you on social media leading up to the fight so they can see whatever clips you drop on us before you and Johnny walk down that catwalk to that square
So
ring.
definitely my Instagram page, easy_EAZ_E. My fan page on Facebook, Reggie'Eaz-E Barnett Jr. You can always check out my website, educatedhands.co. It's got everything you could possibly, you can find about Reggie Barnett Jr. in one easy place. Don't mind the pun. And then I'm just, and then if you ever in the 757 area, my gym, we have, of course, we have members and whatever, but as far as people dropping in and kicking it with me and chatting and, just chopping it up, don't mind that pun either. My doors are open. I'm the people's champ. I'm here
Reggie
for the
whoop my
fans. I'm here
ass
for the
today.
people.
Reggie whoop my ass today. Reggie whoop my ass today. Dope.
And for anybody out there, I have to throw this out there too because I forgot. So we always do open gym at my gym on Sundays from 6 to 8. For me, this is a big thing. It's important because there are some people who don't have the opportunity, don't have the money or access to somewhere to train. So I always open my gym for 2 hours. It's free, open to the public. You can come train with me. You can come spectate. You can come talk to me. But it's also a safe haven. And I'm not talking, don't bring no BS to the gym, but if you generally are feeling down about something or you just need somewhere to hang out and be around some positivity, that's what my doors are open for. This Sunday will be our last open gym for the rest of till after the fight. Exactly. This will be our last open gym. It's an open invite to all the other fighters out there. If you're in the 757 area, come train with me, come grind with me. I'm in the trenches right now, and you're more than welcome to come get some of this educated hands training. This will be the last one. And so, like I said, my gym is a safe haven and it's an open invite for y'all to come hang out with Easy this Sunday. So 6 to 8 p.m.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Reggie, for giving us some of your time tonight, young man.
No worries. I'm actually about to go do a little light calisthenic work, do some
Okay.
shadow boxing. Like I said, 11:30 normally. I don't know why, but my brain doesn't shut off. Even when I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and my brain still doesn't shut off till midnight. So
Well, you be careful out there doing your nighttime workout. Don't get ate up by the bugs. And yes,
Nah,
if you go for a run, make sure you're wearing some light clothing so people can see you running. And
I got lights. I got lights. You can see me. Ain't no way ain't no way I'm getting hit by a car or nothing like that. I got lights. You can see me. I'm bright as hell running down the street.
so, you got any words that you want to leave them with on your way out
Who?
tonight? The
My way
people,
out tonight.
yeah.
Um, and I was gonna post this earlier, and this is what I'll leave y'all with. I decided not to post it, and I probably should have. There was a time in my life when I was an absolutely hopeless drunk. I was broken physically, mentally, and emotionally. And then I get emotional about sharing this because it's really important because I want people to know. But God spared me. He works wonders in your life. Is everybody gonna be raised to being a world class fighter or a world class this or a millionaire or a billionaire or something like that? No. But he has a purpose for everybody. Every life on this planet has a purpose. And if you're out there struggling, if you don't know what your purpose is, ask him what it is. Solemnly look inside yourself and ask him because I did. And I am no longer in a state of hopelessness, mind, body, and soul. I am now one of the best fighters in the world. And it is because of him, not just because of me. And I'll leave y'all with it.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Nikki. I love you.
You're
Come see
welcome.
me on Sunday. You know where to
I
find me.
will. Okay,
All
baby.
right. All
Yes.
right. You have a great evening.
You too, baby.
Bye.
Bye, baby. Oh my God. I almost cried, y'all. I'm trying not to cry. Listen to my brother over here. But y'all know what it is. Always striving to be the best. I know all of you guys and girls strive to be the best that you all can be at all times. I know that sometimes it doesn't show, but Miss Nikki knows. I know you guys sacrifice and put forth the best effort that you have when you have it. So um, be looking for Reggie and Johnny August 20th, Biloxi, Mississippi. They are going for part two. And this is a definitive fight for both gentlemen. Reggie and Johnny are fighting the second time. Johnny has lost the belt since the first time they fought, and Johnny procured that belt. Um, Johnny met up with that win in between him and Reggie fighting, and now, and the belt got changed hands over to that. That's as the way it got stripped of the belt. And so now it's vacant again. So the best two people at BKFC at 135 are being matched against each other again for those belts. So with that being said, you guys, this both men are going to bring everything they got to this fight. There's no extra shenanigans going in. They have a level of respect for each other. Not that not going to make them that level of respect is not going to make them want to knock each other out or punch each other till one submits. So whatever happens, whatever comes first, that's what we'll get. The best of Reggie Barnett Jr. and the best of Johnny Bedford come August 20th. Um, I don't even know at this point. I haven't even looked at the card to see who else is going to be lined up with these two gentlemen being the headline on the card. But I'm very proud of Reggie for all his redemption that he has done this far in his life with himself, with others. I'm very proud of this young man. And like y'all heard what he said, it's about him being focused and not about the shenanigans. He's not going in over emotional. He's not going in stressed about it. It is what it is, and he know what he needs to do this time. No fighting Johnny's fight Reggie's fight. He's got all his ducks lined up. He got them all lined up, and I'm pretty sure Mr. Bedford is lining his ducks up on his side of the pond too. So, you guys stay tuned. Download that BKTV app. You do not want to miss this. You do not want to miss this. This is going to be one of the greatest fights this year. Trust me, this is going to be one of the greatest fights this year. So we've had a lot of dust ups this year, but I'm telling you guys, this is going to be the one. This is the one y'all going to spend the rest of the year talking about. So don't miss out on this. Go ahead and make sure you download the app. Make sure you go ahead and buy the fight a little bit early so you don't wait till the day of the fight and then, the system crash or something like that, or just buy the fight early, you guys, so you can tune in and see the greatness that will be our BKFC fighters on BKFC 20. So, never here to participate, always here to take over and dominate. Miss Nikki, love, peace, and hair grease from Fight Heads MMA. We'll be seeing you guys soon.